you'll be just fine. The band is mine. How are you gonna kick me out of what is mine? Ow! Look who it is. It's RJ Bond back at it again with the Football Podcast, dude. Let's go. Episode 9. Be right back at it, bro. Hey, made it episode 9, dude. I mean, well, you know, like I know it's not like a lot when I say it to y'all, but like to me, it kind of is a lot though, actually. I'm almost at episode 10 now. And like that's pretty sick, dude. Like I mean, like I literally just started like a month ago or like a month or two ago now, and it's like, damn, dude, like it's, you know, like a lot has happened since then, you know? Like it's pretty cool ride, bro. Also, I want to say real quick before we get into all like the NFL Week 1 recaps of all the games and everything, I'm gonna like go through some of the most exciting, coolest games of the Week 1 and really like break it down for y'all, like show you the takeaways that I had, like pros and cons and everything. So it's gonna be a good show. There's gonna be a lot to talk about, and there was a super exciting week of NFL games that were amazing, and I can't wait to get into it. But real quick, right before we get into it, I just want to mention real quick. So, you know, I'm a big coffee lover, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I call it bean water myself, like bean water. Yeah, because that's really what it is, right? It's literally just like beans, like bean powder in hot water. That's all it is, right? But it's, dude, hey man, I used to be a hater. I've changed my ways. I'm big on it now, dude. I love it. Like I'm a huge coffee guy. This right here, this little cup, I got this new cup from Starbucks. Like, I just happened to see it in there. I was like, oh, how much is it? They're like, like $2. And I was like, okay, fuck it. I'll grab it. You know what I'm saying? But it's a cool cup, bro. And like, it has like the little spout that I love from them. Like the little drinkable hole from that. I love that. Because like Starbucks, they engineer it right, dude. Starbucks does it like no other. Like they do it right, bro. With at least with the cups and the lids and everything. But they got great coffee too. But I'll say I got this new cup. It's really sick, dude. And also, like, when you put hot coffee into it, like when you're pouring it in there, then all this changes to like a pink purple color, like all of this part. And then it'll go back to this when it's cold. And like, it's pretty badass, dude. I mean, hey, $2, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know, I'm going to get some more of these for real. But, and also, like, I'm giving too much of an endorsement to Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't be doing this shit for free, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I need to get a little bit of money on that shit. I mean, but all right. Anyway, I'm gonna take these off because I can't see literally jack. Literally can't see anything. Not prescription. All right. Oh yeah, there we go, dude. There we go. Now I can see. All right, bro. Let's get right into it, man. Like I ain't gonna hold you too much longer. Let's get into it, dude. First game that I want to talk about, I think to me this was the best game by far this week, and I didn't think it would be, and I think a lot of you guys don't think it would be either, but it really impressed me, dude. It was such a fun game the whole way through. I had a great time watching this game, and I can't wait to talk about it, dude. So let's get right into this. So Eagles versus Lions. You know, the score was 38-35. Eagles win the game. But like, I mean, it was such a well fought game, dude. Like the Lions really, really fought for this win, bro. Like they were going for it, dude. Like it was, I think a lot of you, including myself, just did not see that coming. Like because to me, I think of the Eagles very highly. I put them on top tier. Like in my predictions that I did last week on the show. If you haven't seen those, check it out. I have it on the YouTube channel. Little plug. But you know, I did predictions for all the teams, right? And I said that the Eagles are going to win the whole NFC, right? I think they're going to be the best team in the NFC this year. So I think of them very highly. And with the Lions, like I was like, okay, I'm loving what the Lions is going on. I love what they're building. I love Dan Campbell. They got a lot of pieces now. Like it looks good. But do I think they're going to win a bunch of games? Probably not. You know, I mean, I said like maybe they get like 6-7 wins this year, and that'll be like a good improvement for them. But like, man, the Lions have just impressed me, dude. And I'm sure they have with you guys too. I'm sure if you watch this game, I'm sure you realize that the Lions are not playing around, dude. They're not playing around. They're here to stay. They're they are competing at the highest level, and they're here to stay, dude. Now, like, of course, it's one game, and I want to see how it goes throughout the rest of the season, right? I mean, of course, but like, do I think they're on the right road to actually be like a real team in this league? For sure, dude. Absolutely for sure. Like, oh, sorry, I got a bunch of my allergies are all messed up today, dude. Like, I took an allergy pill earlier, but like, it's not helping that much, dude. Like, I still got all this mucus up in here. My nose is all fucked up. It's a lot right now, dude. But we're pushing right through it. Even though I think for some reason the allergies makes my voice sound a little more different. Even though, like, I mean, I don't know if it's like better or worse, but we're gonna find out, dude. So we'll see. You know, hey, you guys let me know, dude. But yeah, allergies are all fucked up. Whatever, dude. We're gonna get back into this. So yeah, dude. Like, the Lions defense played really impressively, man. Like, it's like they really bought. Like, even though this is a high scoring game, like, of course it's like they let up 38 points. So you're like, how did the defense play good if the Lions let up 38 points? But I'm telling you, dude, if you watched the game, if you watched every snap, because I watched every snap of this game. I didn't watch the highlights. I watched every single play. And that defense was playing hard as hell, dude. You can tell they're coached right. You can tell they're absolutely coached right. Like, when, like, they're bringing a lot of pressure. The pass rush was really impressive. They had a lot of pressure. And then even when they couldn't get the pressure on the quarterback, they're putting their hands up, blocking stuff. They're reading the quarterback's eyes, swatting things down. Like, they're doing everything they need to do. The corners are fighting hard. They're punching the ball out. They're swatting things away. They're doing whatever they can. And, like, it was really impressive, dude. It really was. But even with the Lions defense playing that good, it only just shows you how amazing the Eagles offense is and how dangerous this Eagles offense is. Because you can't hold them down forever. You just can't, dude. You're not going to be able to hold them down long enough to actually get ahead of them. Because if the Eagles get a lead, you're done. If the Eagles get a lead, you're done. Because they're going to get the time of possession on you. You know, because like they're primarily a running offense, so they're gonna hold the ball on you. They're gonna run out the clock, and like, if they get a lead on you, you're done. You're cooked. And their defense is so good that they can hold up too. But I'm telling you, dude, from what I saw from the Eagles, and this is what I predicted last week too, they have no weaknesses. I'm telling you that right now. This is why I think the Eagles are going to be the best team in the NFC, because they have no weaknesses. Please try to tell me a weakness. Please explain to me and explain to me any kind of weakness they have, dude. I can challenge you on it. I guarantee I can challenge you on it, because there's no shot that there's nothing. And last year they were ranked the number one rushing defense, or rushing offense. I mean, not rushing defense. Jesus. I mean, they're good too, but like, last year, they're ranked the number one rushing offense. And I'm telling you, this year, it's going to be the same thing. I guarantee they're going to be they're going to be number one rushing offense again, dude. Because they're so dynamic. They can do it all, dude. And what makes that rushing offense so great is that every defense is going to have to respect the read option. They have to respect read option. They have to respect the quarterback run. Because Jalen Hurts is really showing that he is just a freak. He's a complete freak. He's a monster, dude. Like, you can't stop this guy. He runs the ball so effectively. I love the way he runs. And they use him a lot. They do use him a lot. Like, it's very much like Lamar. It's very much like with the Ravens, where Lamar is a big part of the offense, and Jalen Hurts too is a big part of this offense. He's running a lot, right? But you have to respect it. Like, that's what they're doing. You have to respect that. And then the defense has to try to play Jalen, and they also have to try to play the running back. Because when they do read option, like, you really don't know who they're going to hand it off to. Like when Jared Goff, in this game, Jared Goff's doing read option too, right? And he's like doing the fake handoff. And it's like, yeah, dude, like, the defense doesn't really have to respect Jared Goff on the read option, because he's not going to run. He's not going to take off and run for 30 yards. It's not going to happen, right? Like, yeah, like, maybe he takes it and stumbles and gets a first down every now and then or whatever. But, like, not really, though. Like, you're not really, the defense doesn't have to plan for it. They see the read option. They're okay. Get the running back. Like, let's go. With the Eagles, you have to respect both, and that's what makes this offense really, really unstoppable. Right? There's nothing you can do. Like it's and like let's see. I'm gonna read you the numbers from the running back Miles Sanders. He had 13 carries, 96 yards, and a touchdown. Right? That's already really good just for your running game with the running back. But then you have Jalen Hurts with 17 carries, even more than the actual running back himself. 17 carries, 90 yards. He had pretty much about the same yards as Miles Sanders, and a rushing touchdown himself. Right? It's like it's really like like you have to defend both, but then you can't defend both. You have to pick one, and then and Jalen is just gonna read it every time. He's so good at the read option. It's like because he sees which way you're gonna go, and then he's gonna go opposite, and or if they're going for him, he's gonna hand it off. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do, especially when that O line is so big and strong, and they're throwing people around. That O line is blocking for everything. There's nothing you can do about that. Like, you're going to get dominated in the run game no matter who you are. I don't care who you are, you're going to get dominated by the Eagles. And that's just a fact. And like yeah, you can play good defense and you can make plays and shit, and that you can hold them for a little bit, but you're not going to hold them for long. That's what I'm saying, dude. It's really impressive, bro. And also, here's the thing. With this amazing rushing offense, what makes it so unstoppable now, because now there's a new element, right? The defense can't run commit constantly. They can't just always run commit because it's so dangerous. Because now you have A.J. Brown, the wide receiver. They made that trade on the offseason, got A.J. Brown, and he's just too big of a threat in the offense. He's too big of a threat passing. So you can't just run commit all the time because then, we'll just fake it, throw it over the top, and A.J. Brown's going to catch it. And like they're going to move the ball through the air too. Oh, sorry. I got to clear my throat, man. All that mucus is just running down my throat, dude. If that grosses you out, I'm sorry, but like it's the truth, dude. I'm letting you know what's going on, okay? Okay, anyway. You know what, dude? Let me clear the throat a little bit. Let me clear it up. Yeah, cuz I just feel it in there, man. It's all stuffed up in there. So anyway, A.J. Brown, he's too big of a threat in the passing game. Like he balled out. Like they could not stop A.J. Brown. He had 10 receptions for 155 yards. Didn't have a touchdown, but it's really just because like he could have. He totally could have. But like it's really when the Eagles get close to the red zone or they get close to the goal line, they're most likely going to run it with Jalen or they're going to hand it off. It's not. Like they don't really have to force like an A.J. Brown touchdown because like the running game's so strong and like it's more of a secure touchdown to get it from the running game if you can. But yeah, dude, in the air, you just can't stop A.J. Brown. Like clearly Jalen and A.J. have built so much chemistry ever since he got there. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, the burps. But yeah, it's amazing. Like it's like that's what makes this offense so unstoppable. That's why the Eagles are going to be one of the best teams in the NFL, if not the best team. I'm telling you now, dude. No defense is going to be able to stop the Eagles. Please try to argue me on that. You can try to argue me on that, but it's not going to work, dude. Like, man. Also, this is another thing where like the Eagles offense is what the Ravens offense wishes it could be, right? It's like Ravens offense 2.0. It's like it's better than what the Ravens can do. Cuz they do have Lamar, yes, and they do build it around Lamar and they do around the read option and everything. But they don't have the same kind of threat that the Eagles have. The Eagles are just more balanced and they're more talented. That's just all it is. The O-line's better. The read option works better. And also they have the threat of A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith, and they have real receivers that are going to be big threats downfield. The Ravens don't really have that. Like, yeah, dude, yeah, like their guys do step up. Like, I'm not saying that Duvernay doesn't step up or like these other receivers that they've drafted over the years. It's not like they don't, but like it's not a big threat though. Like you can defenses can really just play run commit on the Ravens. Like you really can, because that's most likely what the biggest threat is. And if you take away the run, they don't have much else. Because like, I mean, yeah, Mark Andrews is like their best receiving target, the tight end. Like, and the receivers, they're not AJ Brown, they're not Devontae Smith. Like, it's the talent isn't equivalent. It's not the same, and it's not the same kind of threat. So that's why I'm saying, like the Ravens wish they could be the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? It's like Ravens 2.0 offense. That's how I see it. And the Lions fought their asses off, dude. They fought their asses off on both sides of the ball. Like I want to give credit to the Lions. It's not like the Eagles were just flat out amazing. The Eagles are just so unstoppable. You can only do so much against them, but the Lions, I want to give them their credit, bro. They really did ball out. They really balled out, and they played up to the highest standard, which I really appreciate. And Jared Goff, Jared Goff didn't play a perfect game, right? Like, he wasn't perfect. He wasn't amazing, but Jared Goff did so many good things in this game. Jared Goff made the throws that they needed to get. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they really needed something, they really needed a third down or a fourth down or a touchdown, and they're like, okay, we need to get it right now, dude. We got to get it together. He was there to make the throw and really just take what needed to be taken. It's like, that's what I appreciated about Jared Goff's performance. It wasn't perfect. It's not perfect, but he played how he needed to play to be in this game and possibly win. It's just the Eagles were a little bit better. That's all it was. Eagles were a little bit better. I want to give this example of Jared Goff where, so it's like the second to last drive in the fourth quarter, right? Jared Goff had 3 plays consecutively where it was big throws downfield, 15-yard, 20-yard gains that could have been. And, he's trying to move this offense down there so he can get the score to get back in this game. And he had 3 consecutive plays where he overthrew it. Like, it was just complete overthrow downfield on the left side, overthrow during down the middle. Like, it's like it was like three deep shots where I was like, damn, dude. I was like, it's like they had the play drawn up perfect, but the throw just wasn't there, man. And then I was like, damn, Jared. Like, Jared's probably, Jared might just let this game slip through his hands. Like, that's what it was looking like because he kept missing those throws. But right when I said that, while watching the game, I was like, he's letting it slip through his hands. Then he makes an absolute beautiful back shoulder bomb for DJ Chark in the end zone for the touchdown. I mean, dude, it was a textbook throw. It couldn't have been more perfect. Like, and also you can even see Jared Goff. He's also keeping the safety over here on the left side with his eyes. Like, he realizes he has DJ Chark over here, but he goes, you know what? I'm going to keep my eyes over here, keep the defense thinking I'm reading this side of the field. And last second, he, switches right to the right side, delivers the most beautiful back shoulder pass. It couldn't have been better, dude. I was so impressed. And also just a great catch by DJ Chark, reeling that in, man. With tight coverage on him. It wasn't a blown coverage. It's tight coverage, but the throw is so perfect. The catch is so great that it's undefendable. And I just want to give props to Jared Goff on that. It's like, that was really like the story of this game with the Lions on offense. It's like they're doing so many good things in offense, but then there's also times where Jared Goff is overthrowing or he's getting pressured, he's trying to get the ball out or whatever it is. And like it's just like, man, like I would have loved to see a lot of those overthrown passes be completed because this would have been a different game. This could have been different, and the Lions really could have took this home if they were able to capitalize on them. But I want to give credit to Jared Goff, man. I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing from him, bro. Like, I really do enjoy Jared Goff in this offense, and they built around him too. And that throw, man, that back shoulder throw was goddamn beautiful, man. I couldn't believe that. That was amazing. Another thing I want to go into about this game with the Lions, something that we do need to talk about, is DeAndre Swift, the running back for the Lions, had an amazing performance. He completely balled out, dude. I'm going to read you his numbers. 15 carries. Dude, keep this in mind, bro, when I read this. This is on 15 carries. This isn't 20 or 30 or 35. He wasn't getting handed off the whole game, right? 15 carries, 144 yards, 1 touchdown, and then he also had like 3 catches for 31 yards. Like, dude, he played amazing. Like, dude, to get 144 yards on only 15 carries, and it wasn't just one big long run that got him all those yards. It wasn't that. Like, there was just multiple long runs, multiple hard, tough running that he did. Like, man, he completely balled out, dude. I'm so impressed with him, man. So impressed with him. And dude, the Lions can go very far with just that running game. I'm telling you, dude. The Lions really can go far because this running back is completely insane. Like, I want to mention something that I heard on Hard Knocks. So, Hard Knocks was a couple weeks ago where they had, it was Detroit Lions, right? Showing training camp and everything. On the very last episode of Hard Knocks, if you guys watched it, but I'm gonna tell you also if you didn't see it. One of the coaches on Hard Knocks had a conversation with DeAndre Swift, the running back, and he told him, "Hey man, you can be the best running back in this league. You can be that guy. Like, you have the potential, you have the talent, you have it all. You just got to put that work in, and you just got to show it. You got to prove it. But you can do it." And I love that little speech because I thought of that when I was watching this game. I was like, damn, dude. Like, DeAndre Swift is really showing that he has that potential. He really can be the best running back in this league. Like, I'm saying his potential has no ceiling. That's what I'll say about him. His potential has no ceiling. It's limitless. He could keep evolving and keep getting better. If he keeps balling out like this, he keeps playing like this, especially against a great defense, Eagles defense. And Eagles D-line is huge. They're massive. They got tons of talent on that D-line. And for DeAndre Swift to play as well as he did, it just proves to me, like, damn, dude, the Lions can go so far. The Lions really can, bro. I'm believing it, dude. I'm really believing it. Like, I could see it with the running back. DeAndre Swift played amazing. Jared Goff, it's there. They have the wide receivers. The defense is playing out of their mind. They're playing hard and with their hair on fire. And I'm loving it, dude. Like, I really think the Lions can go far if they keep it up and they keep improving on what they're doing, dude. Because they showed that they can play with the big boys. And I can't wait to see what they do next. So next game we're going to get onto is Cleveland Browns versus Carolina Panthers. I was really excited for this game going into it. I was thinking, like, yes, this is going to be a great game. I want to see what's going on here. I want to see if Baker can rally the troops against his old team that he got traded from and he's had all this beef with. And I was hoping that Baker could pull it off. And unfortunately, he couldn't pull it off. It was close. It was a close game. It was like 26-24. Browns take it home. Man, it was a little heartbreaking to see Baker not take this win home today, or not today, but Sunday or whatever. It's a little heartbreaking to see that, but it's it's his first game. He hasn't been there that long. Like, it's and I'm gonna get into some of the other reasons of like what kind of happened in this game, because I want to really break down why this game happened the way it happened, because it's very interesting to me. On the final drive, I just want to say this first. On the final drive of the game, the Browns with the ball, there's a late hit penalty on the quarterback. So it's like this is the drive where Browns need to go down and score to win this game, right? The Browns really just need to get in field goal range so they can kick a field goal at this point. And they're pretty backed up far, so they need a lot of yards to get up there. And this should be a big moment for the Carolina Panthers defense to try to hold them so they could win this game. It's a very crucial moment. And there was a late hit penalty on Jacoby Brissett, on the Browns quarterback. And to me, when I watched it, I didn't think that was a late hit. I was like, I think the NFL is just being too sensitive about when the quarterback gets hit. I think that's what it is, bro. That's just my opinion, bro. I want to hear what you guys think about that too. If you guys thought it was a late hit, actually, if you think it was uncalled for, but like to me, it's like Jacoby's throwing the ball like mid throw, he's getting hit and he's getting thrown down. But like that's what you're supposed to do, bro. Like, what do you expect a defender to do? Just let him throw the ball and without being touched? Like, I'm gonna go sack him. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm just gonna stand here. I'll let him throw right in front of me. No, like that's bullshit, dude. Fuck that. Like, dude, if he's getting hit as he's throwing, I think it's a clean hit. I think that's a totally clean hit, and he's not hitting. He's not like leading with his helmet, and he's not like slamming him to the ground all hard or whatever. It was a like that's a perfect play from a defensive lineman, and it's like I don't know. That's not a late hit to me, bro. Like I think the NFL is just being too sensitive, too soft about quarterbacks getting hit, and they're just gonna throw a penalty anytime a quarterback gets hit now, and it's like it's so annoying. I hate that rule so much. Like, dude, I understand we want to protect the quarterbacks in this league. I get it, dude, because those are the money makers. Those are the ones that bring in the views and the fans, and they win games, and they're the big stars. I get it, dude. You don't want them to get injured, but like, we've gone a little too far with trying to protect them, because as soon as they get hit, it's a flag, and it's like it's a clean hit. It's a clean hit to me. If he's throwing and he's getting hit, then it's a clean hit, dude. I don't. That's just how I see it, man. Like, it's people are being too sensitive. But and of course, like that penalty gets them like the 15 yards to go up. And then Jacoby just has to make a couple decent throws, and then they're in field goal range, so they could win it. And it's like, yeah, like the penalty really did help them get up there. Of course, he still had to make a couple throws to get close enough, but like, it's. I feel like the Panthers got a little bit robbed at the end. They got a little robbed. Like if that play doesn't happen and the defense makes a stop, it could be a different game. It could be a completely different game. So, but I want to get into Jacoby Brissett. So, here's the thing, though, man. Here's the thing with Jacoby Brissett, right? To me, even though the Browns won this game, I think the Browns organization and the fans should be worried about the Browns. They should be worried about Jacoby Brissett. I feel it was a little worrying watching it, because like if you really watched all the snaps and you watched everything that he did in that game, there was way too many times where Jacoby Brissett had like a really off target throw on crucial third downs they needed to get, on crucial fourth downs they need to get, and in the red zone to try to punch in a score. He just couldn't come up with it. He just couldn't do it, dude. I'm sorry to hate on the guy. I don't want to just sit here and hate on the guy, right? Like, of course he did some good things, but like for the most part of this game, he did not play good, bro. It was not good. Like, it was just too many off-target throws, too many like when it was the opposite of Jared Goff, like how I just talked about in the last game. It was the complete opposite of Jared Goff. Like, Jared Goff was missing throws, but then when they needed the crucial third down, the crucial fourth down, the touchdown, he was there to make that play, and he made the throw. And that's the difference between a quarterback like Jared Goff and a quarterback like Jacoby Brissett. And it's like the difference of being a starting quarterback and a benched quarterback or a secondary quarterback is really that, like, you got to make the plays when the plays are needed, right? And he didn't do that. Jacoby did not do that in this game. He just couldn't get it done too many times. I'll read you his numbers. So he was 18 of 34, 149 yards. He had one touchdown, no interceptions. Like, so it's like, okay, at least he's not throwing picks, even though there was some where they could have been picks. There was some where they're just getting dropped or whatever. So it's like, it could have happened. But for the most part, it's like, okay, yeah, at least you're not just throwing, he's not being like too crazy with the ball to try to just throw interceptions all the time, which is like, but that's fine. But like, it's still like almost equally as bad to where like you can't make that throw on third down, fourth down, or get the touchdown, and then you got to turn the ball over on downs anyway. So it's like it's basically a turnover without the number, without the stat for it. That's that's a problem to me. That's a problem, and I think Browns fans should be worried. I think the Browns themselves should be worried about this because that's not good, bro. It's like you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win a lot of games like that, man. I'm telling you. Like the only thing that offense can do is run the ball. Like the only time the offense looked like they were like the only time the offense could get any momentum and actually get first downs and get touchdowns were when they were running the ball. That's the only time they could do anything, which is a worry for me. It's a big worry. And luckily, the Browns are so lucky that Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt were playing amazing. Like not only just the offensive line, because the offensive line's really good, and the blocking was really good on a lot of those runs, but Nick Chubb is like barreling through tackles. He's spinning out of tackles, juking out. Like he's getting extra yards when they needed it, and he's fighting through the tackles, especially and Kareem Hunt too, like breaking tackles, stiff arming, like running to the outside, using his speed. Like they were getting all of the potential yards they could out of every run because those guys were both just amazing. And that's the only reason the Browns won this game. That's the only reason that the Browns actually won this game is really just because that running game saved their ass. It's absolutely saved their ass. It's like, yeah, they can fall back on the run game. They could fall back on the defense playing good, right? Like, yeah, like you're going to win some games by like staying in it enough with the run game and defense, but it's not going to win you a lot, dude. It's going to be a problem at some point. At some point, you're going to go against some of the better teams like the Chiefs or the Chargers or Tampa Bay or whatever. Like you're going to, as soon as the Browns, because like they're going against Carolina, and Carolina was just incompetent in the whole game. They just, they couldn't get their offense together. The defense is playing sloppy. Like, yeah, when you're going against like a mediocre team, then yeah, you can win by their running game and defense. But like when you go against the big boys in this league, you're gonna get smoked. I'm telling you, dude, the Browns are gonna get smoked if they go against the good teams in this league, because like you can't have your quarterback be that much of a liability. I feel like Jacoby being a liability, it's gonna hold you back from taking this team anywhere they want to go. So I don't have a lot of hope for them unless Jacoby starts playing a lot better and cleans it up in the coming weeks. He totally could. Like I'm saying this about one game, but I'm saying like if he continues this streak of the playing the way he did in this game, they're not going to win a lot of games, and they're going to get shut out by the great teams in this league. They're going to shut them out. So that's concerning to me. But now let's talk about Carolina, though. Because Carolina had a meltdown in this game. They were melting down. For the first like 3 quarters, honestly. First like 3 quarters, they just could not do anything. And offensive line, I'm telling you, the biggest problem I saw was the offensive line. That was the biggest issue to me. I know people are just gonna rag on Baker. They're just gonna say, well, Baker couldn't get it done, and he couldn't make the throw and whatever. That like, yeah, he has responsibility for losing this game. It's not all on his shoulders, and I don't think the majority is on his shoulders either. That I don't believe that, because the offensive line was just horrendous. They were letting everybody in to hit Baker at all times. Like rarely was there any throws where Baker wasn't getting hit or there was pressure in his face or guys doing this in his face. There's no blocking. There's no blocking for Baker, and it's like Baker only could do what he could do in that situation, because like if the offensive line can't block and your quarterback has no time, you're not going to have an offense. You're not going to be able to run the offense the way you want to run it, and the running game's not going to work, and then you're not going to have time to let any routes develop downfield. So like it was a meltdown for 3 quarters. A complete meltdown for 3 quarters. They couldn't do anything. There was 4 sacks on Baker, but like even though you're saying like, okay, 4 sacks, yeah, but like what about the other plays? No, I'm telling you, the other plays that weren't sacks could have been sacks. There was tons of pressure on him constantly, Every throw he has pressure on him. Every single throw, dude. I'm telling you, dude. And that's very concerning if for the Carolina Panthers, man. Also, it was very weird that like Baker had 4 fumbles in this game, and all those fumbles, like of course, like he was picking it up right away or whatever, but all those fumbles came just from like a weird snap, and then he's like dropping the ball as it's getting snapped to him, and then he has to like try to catch it real quick and then make a throw. And I think also that that could be like a bad snap from the center. That could also just be Baker's nerves, and Baker kind of he's kind of freaking out. He's melting down because he's just so jittery because he knows he has no time. He knows he has 0 time to get this ball out. And then of course when he does the little fumble and then he has to pick it up, now he has even less time to make something happen. So it's like you're definitely not going to get anything now. And let me read you his numbers real quick. So Baker Mayfield was 16 of 27, 235 yards. He had 1 touchdown and 1 rushing touchdown, which hey, that was nice. That rushing touchdown was nice. He did have an interception too. So it's just it wasn't the best game, but honestly, there's not many other quarterbacks that could have had much of a better game with that offensive line. That's my takeaway from the Carolina's offensive meltdown, is that like they just cannot block, and Baker's not going to be able to do much if that's the case. And the running game couldn't get going at all because of the same reason. So that's my big takeaway from Carolina's meltdown. So let me take a break. I'm going to take a very quick break, and like you're not even going to notice it because I'm going to edit it out. But I just got to take a break just for my throat, and I'm going to like drink some coffee, drink some water. I'm going to take a little rest on my throat, and then I'm going to come right back. We're going to talk about the Chargers versus Raiders, and you're not going to notice the pause. It's going to cut right in, so don't worry. And we're going to be right back. And we're back. All right. See, you didn't even notice. I told you, dude. You're not even going to notice it. It's going to be right in there. So we're back at it. Hey, got a little bit of water, chewing some gum actually, because the gum helps me with the saliva and the kind of coats my throat a little bit better that way. Also, because I just love chewing gum. Like I chew gum all the time just because like I'm always fiending for a snack. I'm always like, oh, I need a snack. I need something to chew on, and like the gum really helps me with that. I could just sit there chewing the gum for hours on end, and it really helps me with like the appetite thing. But so I'm a big gum guy also. But so anyway, so let's get back right into the show, right? Because there's plenty of stuff to talk about still. Plenty of great stuff to talk about. I'm going to get into the Chargers versus the Raiders. This game was 24-19. Chargers win it. Very close game. Very like well contested on both sides. It was like we always expect to see a good game from these two teams when they go against each other. It's a division rival. Division games, especially in this division, are going to be amazing. And they always play a good game together. It's always a close, well-fought game on both sides. And, like going into this game, I'm sure a lot of you thought the same thing. That, like, these are two great offenses. These are two, like, really high-powered offenses, completely stacked with talent everywhere. And we're expecting this to be, like, the high-scoring game. Or it's going to be, Herbert's throwing 4 touchdowns and Derek is throwing it all over the lot or whatever. It's like we're expecting the big offensive game. And, yeah, the offense was there for sure on both sides. Of course it's there. It's always going to be there. But I think, to me, the story of this game is the defense. And specifically the Chargers defense. Raiders defense did what they could do, but they were just outclassed by the talent, the sheer talent on the defensive side of the Chargers. And that it's really what won them this game, because both offenses were really good. Both offenses played great, actually, like for the majority of the game. It's just the Chargers defense got big plays when they needed to get big plays. Like when they needed to get a turnover, they got a turnover. Like when they had to make the big sack, they got the big sack. It's like that's what makes the defense so great, especially when you're going against a great offense. You need to get those turnovers any way you can. And they absolutely did. Absolutely did. The Chargers got 3 interceptions. 6 sacks total on Derek Carr. 6 sacks total with plenty of pressures because they were hounding for him all night. And out of those 6 sacks, Khalil Mack alone had 3 sacks. Just by himself, he had 3 sacks. And it really leads me right into what I want to talk about because Khalil Mack, so in this offseason, the Chargers made the trade to get Khalil Mack, right? And that was a really big move. That was like, of course we all know it's a big move, but like, I don't think people really understand how game-changing that move was because Khalil Mack, even though he's older now, he's a little bit older and everything, it's very much like the Von Miller situation with the Bills. Older guy, like you're thinking like he's not going to be in his prime or anything. But dude, Khalil Mack is one of the most consistent players in this league. Like he's truly so consistent. He's with the Raiders he balled out, with the Chicago Bears he balled out. And now with the Chargers, he's showing that he can still do it, still play at a high level, and be a big game changer for this team, dude. Like, he really is. This move with Khalil Mack changes this defense, dude. And we saw that in this game. And on his last sack, specifically, it was a big game changer on this last sack because, he's barreling through that left tackle, or completely barreling through the tackle. Then he rips down Derek Carr for the sack, and he's also stripping the ball, like hitting the ball out of his hands. It turns into a fumble. It's a strip sack, and it's like that. And that was on like the Raiders' last drive that they needed to go try to like compete for this game, to go try to win it, right? And it was so crucial that Khalil Mack gets the sack and strips the ball, and like it's just. Like completely stopping whatever the Raiders could do on offense. Like even though the Raiders did have moments of greatness on offense, like Khalil Mack was like, okay, it's the big drive. This is where we need to get a stop. Like this is why this defense is so great because it's like, okay, we need to get a stop. We cannot let the Raiders go score right now because it's going to look bad. Like it's going to reflect bad on our offense, and like it's gonna put us in a bad situation to try to win this game. But Khalil Mack was like, nah, dude, I'm taking it into my own hands. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna stop him right now, dude. That strip sack was beautiful, dude. Like that's exactly what they need. That's exactly what they need from Khalil Mack, bro. Just being the baller that he is, man. So I was really impressed with the defense. Just the defense overall, like the secondary was really like they're playing very sticky coverage on these receivers. Even though with all these great talent they have on offense, the Raiders, Chargers secondary, where they were flying around that field, dude. Flying around everywhere. The corners had great sticky coverage on almost every play. There wasn't a lot of blown assignments, blown coverage. They're clearly being coached very well. And they're also just very talented. There's a lot of talent in that secondary too. But yeah, they balled out. They played great, flying around. The pass rush was amazing. Like that D-line and the linebackers are just that complete domination, just dominating that O-line. Very impressive from the Chargers defense. I'm very impressed. I want to talk about Derek Carr though a little bit. I want to talk about the Raiders side of this game. I'm going to read you his numbers. Derek Carr was 22 of 37, 295 yards. 2 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Now, I know that the 3 interceptions look bad, right? It's like, if you took away the 3 interceptions, you'd be like, wow, Derek Carr played a great game. And even with the 3 interceptions, it's like, he still did, though. Like, he still did play a great game. Like when the offense was humming, it was really humming, right? Like, Devontae Adams is going downfield making crazy plays. Darren Waller is making crazy plays. Derek Carr is throwing up a perfect pass, and like we saw the moments of greatness. It was there. And like, so that's why you're seeing the 295 yards, the 2 touchdowns. That's why you're seeing that in the stats. The 3 interceptions, I know people are going to rag on Derek Carr for throwing these interceptions. I'm just telling you, dude. So one of those interceptions was his fault. I will say that. One of those, he was just taking a chance downfield on something. And it was like kind of double covered. It wasn't, he didn't really throw to like an open guy there. I mean, it's like, I'm like, like if Derek Carr floated the ball out a little farther, then the receiver could have had a chance at that touchdown. But the ball was a little underthrown. There was already too many defenders in that area. It gets picked off. Hey, whatever. Like that's on Derek Carr. Like that's on Derek Carr. It's not the perfect throw, and he's throwing to a covered guy. I mean, what are you gonna do? But I'm telling you, dude, the other two interceptions he had, I don't think those were his fault, bro. Like, I think that he was making the right decision. He thought that he could get it in there, but the Chargers corners are just so fast, and their pursuit on the ball is so impressive. Like, they were just making great plays, bro. I think to me that's all it was. These corners were just making great plays on the ball and just finding a way to get in front of the receiver to catch that thing. And like that's what really stood out to me on those interceptions. I'm like, I can't just sit here and just blame Derek Carr and just be like, Derek Carr threw the game away and whatever. Because I know people are going to say that. I'm not going to say that about Derek Carr. I don't think that's the case, bro. Charger, you just got to give it up to the defense, but the Chargers just played better. That's all it is. The Chargers defense is just balling out. They're stacked on that side of the field. They're stacked on both sides, but defense especially, bro. Oh, God. Sorry about that. Oh, the burps are coming back. Jesus Christ. Okay, so here's another part of the offense I want to talk about. Davante Adams. Of course, we're all looking at Davante Adams. They traded for Davante Adams from Green Bay. Or, no. Not trade. It was he just went to go sign a contract instead of renewing his contract with Green Bay, right? He wanted to go play with Derek Carr. And of course, that's what everybody's watching in this game. We want to see Davante Adams and Derek Carr. We want to see the connection and how they're going to do. And, it was great. It was great, though. Like, I'll read you his numbers. Davante Adams, 10 catches, 144 yards, and a touchdown. Like, he really did ball out. Like, and how I was talking about earlier when I was saying when the offense was humming, it was really humming. That's really what I was talking about. There were some great plays to Waller. There was a good throw to the running back, and there's good throws here and there and everything. But I feel like the highlight of the offense really was Derek Carr's connection with Davante Adams. A lot of the biggest plays in this game were from Davante Adams. He's just running beautiful routes. He's just torching corners. He's catching the ball and getting yak yards with it. Just, running after the catch, breaking tackles, juking out of tackles. Like, that guy, he was doing everything he could for this offense, and he was balling out, dude. He had such a great game, but it just wasn't enough, though. It's like that's what I'm saying. We saw moments of greatness, but it just wasn't enough. And I love to see them ball out. I love to see that connection, but it just wasn't there, though. Just wasn't there. And also, here's another big takeaway from this game that I think is very important, right? The Chargers were able to get multiple turnovers, and the Chargers offense, 0 turnovers, no interceptions, no fumbles, mistake-free football, and also they had 0 sacks allowed. So Justin Herbert had no pressure on him. He had a clean pocket most of the time, or if the pocket's crumbling, he's getting out of it. They're playing mistake-free football, and that's how you're going to win these games, dude. I'm telling you now, if the Chargers offense plays mistake-free and the Chargers defense play like how they did in this Raiders game, they can win any game in this league. They can beat any team in this league. Kansas City, Buffalo Bills, Tampa Bay. They can beat anybody if they play that way. Because you play mistake-free and then you play good defense, most likely you're coming out of there with a win. And Justin Herbert, you have trust in Justin Herbert. He's gonna protect the ball, even if he's gonna make a big throw downfield. Like, he's very smart with it. He's calculated with his risks. He has very good risk management, and that's also what led to this game being so great for the Chargers. I'm very impressed. I think it's kind of what we all expected from the Chargers because there's a lot of hype around them, and I think the hype is real. I think the hype is real about them, man. They really proved it. They really proved it in this game. So let's move on here. we're gonna go to one very weird game, very very weird game, but kind of predictable, I guess. With Tampa Bay Bucks versus Dallas Cowboys. It was 19-3, Tampa with the win. This was an ugly, ugly performance. Ugly, ugly game, man. I was kind of hoping for like a shootout. I was hoping for something like that, but you never know with Dallas though. You never know with the Cowboys. I mean, it's such a mystery. You don't know what you're gonna see on Sunday. It could be 400 yards and 4 touchdowns, and the offense is going crazy, or it could be just complete meltdown. And this was one of those games. It was a complete meltdown, dude. All the burps. My bad. So, what I saw from this game was these two teams were just on two different levels, complete different levels. Like Dallas Cowboys, to me, they kind of look like a college football team, like not a good one though. They were just in two different leagues. Like Tampa Bay looks so polished. They have all this talent everywhere. Tom Brady's ripping balls. It's like defense is playing great, getting a lot of pressure up front. Like it was just two different leagues with these teams. And here's also the big thing about this game. Very unfortunate news. I'm sorry, Dallas Cowboys fans, that I even have to say this, but Dak Prescott got injured in this game, and he's gonna be out for a while. It's gonna be rough, dude. This is gonna be rough for the Cowboys. This is a huge loss for them, man. Dak Prescott, he injured his right thumb. It seems to be serious. It seems to be like a serious injury. We're gonna find out more in the next week. But like, from what they're saying, that he's gonna need surgery on his right thumb, on that, and that's his throwing hand for the right thumb. Like, if you don't have that thumb, like strong enough to hold the ball, like you can't throw. You're not gonna be able to throw that ball. You can't throw it like this. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, throw that. No, you can't do that, dude. So he's gonna be out. Unfortunately, he's gonna be out for a while. They're saying like 6 to 8 weeks, and that's brutal, dude. It's really brutal, and I feel bad, dude. To me, I don't ever want to see anyone get injured. I don't care if I'm rooting for the team, if I'm not rooting for the team, but what I'll never do is root for someone to get injured. That's something that I draw a line on. I'm not going to ever root for somebody to be like, oh, I hope he gets injured, or oh, it's so good that he's injured now because this team's going to do better. Or I'm not going to do that. I hate doing that stuff, man. Because the thing that I hate the most about football is injuries. I hate seeing guys get hurt. I hate seeing people's careers get ruined from injuries. It happens more than you think. And I'm not saying this is like a career ruining injury or anything. I'm just saying that it really messes up the Dallas Cowboys season. Even though I didn't even think they were going to do that good this season, to be honest. I thought they're going to be kind of mediocre. But like, this is also a huge loss. And hey, prayers out to Dak Prescott. I hope he's doing okay. I wish the best for Dak Prescott. I'll never wish ill will on a player like that. It's no, like on any player. Like no, dude. I hope the best for him. I hope he's doing okay. But like, this is really rough for the Dallas Cowboys, man, to lose this guy. And to me, Cooper Rush is their backup, right? To me, Cooper Rush cannot be the starter for that long. You cannot play Cooper Rush for 6 to 8 weeks. It's not going to work. The guy, like, honestly, I think the Cowboys should make a trade. At this point, you got to make a trade, dude. You got to go try to go get a better option at quarterback. Hey, no disrespect to Cooper Rush or anything, but like, if the Cowboys want to win games, I don't believe that Cooper Rush can be the starter and be that guy. So really what it comes down to, are you going to trade for Jimmy G? Right? Like, I know that's going to be the first thing that people are going to talk about, and it's really true though. Like Jimmy G, like they tried to trade Jimmy G all the offseason. Nobody really wanted to bite on the trade. And now he's kind of like staying in San Francisco. behind Trey Lance, and like it's kind of like their insurance policy. But you know, oh god, the burps. Oh, it's so gassy, dude. Why? Like, why is it this bad, dude? But yeah. So at this point, you're probably gonna have to make a Jimmy G trade to try to save your season. Or here's the other option: Gardner Minshew, dude. Hey, I'm telling, don't overlook Gardner Minshew, dude. I believe in Gardner Minshew. I always have. I always have ever since I saw him, dude. This guy has a swag and a charisma unlike any other, and that's gonna help rally a team together. But not only that, not just that, the guy can play. I'm telling you, dude. Gardner Minshew can play in this league. Like, and he's on the Eagles right now behind Jalen Hurts. And he's really the insurance policy for Jalen Hurts getting injured, which is a good insurance policy because right now, Gardner and Jimmy G are like the best backups in the league at this point, in my eyes, because those guys can both be starters, but they happen to be backups at the moment because there's just not a lot of spots in the NFL. But when someone gets injured, like Dak Prescott getting injured, this is your chance to go try to make a trade, try to get one of these guys, and try to save your season. If you want anything to happen in your season, like if you want to actually win games, go get Gardner Minshew, go get Jimmy G. Like that's really what it is, bro. You got to make a trade, you got to do something because Cooper Rush is not going to be the guy for 6 to 8 weeks. That no shot that's happening. But anyways, I want to talk a little bit about Dak in this game besides the injury. So, you know, with his numbers, I mean, he played most of the game. He got injured in the fourth quarter, so he played most of the game. His numbers were 14 of 29, 134 yards, 1 interception, no touchdowns. The Dallas offense was completely incompetent. They couldn't do anything. Like there was no moving the ball. There was no run game. Like Dak did look really sloppy. Like not only was oh god, choking on my gum, but not only was the O-line not protecting Dak enough and letting too many people through, but even when they did protect Dak, Dak was just making weird throws, bro. Just making off-target throws, overthrowing his receivers, like not seeing the open man and trying to force a ball in somewhere. And then also just like the interception was really weird. Like the interception, I was like, damn, dude, I think like Dak's he's melting. He's melting down. Because there was no way in hell that ball was ever going to get caught by his receiver. Like he's throwing it to like his receiver is getting pushed around by like 2 other corners that are all over him. They're all wrapped up over him. He's not open in the slightest, but Dak just forced it in there, just randomly forced it in there, and it gets picked. And I was like, come on, Dak. Like, come on, bro. Like I don't want to see Dak play bad. I don't wish for him to like play bad. I want to see him do good. Like I want to see him make the right decisions and everything. But like, I mean, dude, like it was weird interception. It was really weird, dude. I don't know what he saw there. I think he was just panicking. I think he was just freaking out and panicking. He's melting down. It's really unfortunate because all night it was that. All night it was very off throws, very inaccurate, like overthrowing people, weird interception, and like, man, it was a rough time watching Dallas, man. Real quick, I just want to touch on Tampa Bay in this game. There's not too much to say, just because they just, you know, like it was a complete meltdown from Dallas, so it was pretty easy for them and everything. Even though, like, I will say Micah Parsons was the only highlight of the Dallas Cowboys, because he got 2 really big defensive stops that made Tampa kick field goals instead of scoring a touchdown. So that was big. He made a couple great plays when he needed to, but like as far as that, Tampa Bay looked pretty locked in, especially in offense. They looked pretty locked in. Running game, I mean, Leonard Fournette had like 150 yards rushing. I mean, he played great. The running game was unstoppable. They have so many wide receivers. Tom Brady's he was he was spreading the ball out to everybody, getting everybody involved, including Julio Jones. Now, Julio Jones, real quick on Julio Jones, he seems to already have really good chemistry with Tom Brady, and that's also a common thing with Tom Brady's specifically, because Julio Jones, yeah, he dealt with a lot of injuries when he went to Tennessee for that 1 year, but even when Julio Jones did play, he just didn't have chemistry with Tannehill, and it just didn't work out. But of course, he goes right to Tom Brady, and now it's all working. Oh, now it's like perfect chemistry. Hey, not to take anything away from Julio Jones, but Tom Brady gets good chemistry with any receiver he works with, any running back he works with. It's like, it's Tom Brady, bro. Like he's gonna make it work. He makes everything work, right? and also a side note, I love that Julio Jones changed his number to number 6, because I think in the preseason he was wearing like 35, and I'm sorry, dude, but like that shit was ugly. Like 35 on Julio Jones looks so ugly. I was like, bro, you gotta change that number, my guy. It's not a good look for you, bud. But he did though. So like he's number 6 now. It looks a lot more sexy, a lot more sleek and shit. It's cool. So like, hey, I'll take it, dude. Hey, glad he changed the number, right? Okay. Last thing I want to talk about. This is the last game that I really want to get into for this week, because it just happened last night, actually Monday night. So I'm going to talk about the Monday night football game, because this is like a shocker. This is a big shocker, and this is something that needs to be talked about. This is one of the best games of this week to me, because of how impressed I was by Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks against the Denver Broncos with Russell Wilson. It was a 17-16 game, super tight game, super tight game, right? And you know what I gotta say about this game, man? This is my biggest takeaway from the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks game. Biggest takeaway right now is Denver was just absolutely dreadful in the red zone. They could not do anything in the red zone. And they were shooting themselves in the foot every time they got down there. And that's why they lost this game. I'm telling you that now, dude. This is the exact reason why they cannot win. My God, dude. Like every time I do the podcast and I'm talking a lot, it's like all these burps come up. I'm like, God damn, bro. Like all I had was the coffee. All I've had is the coffee and the water. Like what could it be, dude? God damn. But okay, we're gonna move on. So we're gonna keep it going. So yeah, Denver, absolutely dreadful in the red zone, shooting themselves in the foot. They couldn't do anything about it. So I want to break down really what happened. So on the goal line, it's like third quarter, right? These are like I'm gonna sum up the last like 3 offensive drives from the Denver Broncos, and you tell me what you think about it. So on the goal line, like they're about to score. They're right there on the goal line. They're ready to score. Russell Wilson hands it off. Running back tries to goes up in the hole. He gets stuffed, and then he fumbles the ball on the goal line, and then the defense recovers it. And I was like, oh, come on, man. Like, come on, bro. You got to, you got to hold on to that, dude. You're about to score a touchdown in a very tight game. So that was a big game-changing part. But they end up getting the ball back. Denver ended up getting like an interception after that. So they end up getting it was a fumble. So they end up getting the ball back. So Denver gets back to the goal line again, right where they just were. They got back exactly where they just were before, and they do the same thing. Hand off the ball, running back goes up in the hole, he gets stuffed, fumble again. 2 consecutive fumbles on the goal line. Like, it's unacceptable. You can't do that, dude. You're not going to win a game in this league if you do that. It's impossible, dude. And that's just errors on the offensive side. Like, you cannot have those mistakes. And that's what's so frustrating. So it's like, so they get 2 fumbles on the goal line, and then they get recovered again. And then the third time The third time they get back to the goal line or they get back to the red zone to go score, to try to score again, they just couldn't get it done. There's, I'll give Seattle defense credit. Like they were playing good, bro. Like the corners, they're playing pretty sticky on these wide receivers. There wasn't a lot open for Russ to work with, but like still though, you got to find a way to score. You got to find some kind of way to score so you can win this game, dude. And like you're in the fourth quarter. Like this is it. This is what you got to do, bro. Like you can't just go 3 and out in the red zone and then go like, well, okay, I guess we couldn't get it. Like no, you have to go get it, dude. The game is on the line, and you've already fumbled the ball twice in the goal line, and then you go back there again and you can't score. It's like that's what lost Denver this game. Like they fumbled the win on this game because Denver is highly favored to win this. Like Denver should be the better team than Seattle Seahawks because Seattle Seahawks, they're like roster wise, they're one of the worst rosters in the NFL right now, just on paper. But clearly we saw that Seattle is playing up to the standard. They came to play today. And so talking about Seattle. Oh, also, okay, real quick, actually, before I forget this is very important. With the Denver Broncos, with 20 seconds left in the game, there's 20 seconds left. All they need is a field goal, but it's a 64-yard field goal. It's a long one, bro. And it's risky to do it, but they had to. They had no other choice. They have to take the field goal. And if they get this field goal, they win the game. If they get the field goal, they win the game, right? It's 64 yards. It's a tough field goal. It's not easy, right? It's not easy, but you got to hit it, though, right? And they missed, man. And dude, the ball got there, though. Like, the power was there. The power was there for that kick. Like, it went the distance, but just like right at the end, it just barely started curving with the wind. Barely started curving and just went out and just missed. And then Seattle wins the game. And so like, it was a cool moment for Seattle. I was happy for them because I really wanted this team to, like, since they did play up to standard, they played good. I think they deserved the win because Denver melted down. So I'm glad to see that. It was a happy moment for them, but it's also like, damn, dude, like Denver just kept making mistakes. They just couldn't get it done today. They couldn't do it. So, Denver is just melting down. It was terrible. But here's what I want to say about Seattle. And dude, everybody right now needs to give Geno Smith his damn credit. I'm telling you, dude. Y'all been disrespecting Geno Smith, dude. I swear, bro. Like, even last year when Geno Smith played in those games, yeah, they lost the games, but it was very unfortunate ways they lost. Like Geno Smith didn't play bad in those games. He did show a lot of the things that he showed in this game, that he can play with these guys. He does have the talent. He was making the big throws, but they just unfortunately lost some of those games last year. And when Geno Smith really played to win there, like he wasn't the one dragging the team down, dude. And we saw it again in this game, but even better, dude. And they got the win, so I'm glad they got the win. But Geno Smith, dude, give this man his damn credit, man. Like, he fucking deserves it. He deserves it, dude. And like, everybody's hating on this guy. Everybody counts him out, and he goes out here with all these haters on him, and he doesn't even care because he goes out there and balls out, dude. He played such a beautiful game, dude. I'm going to read you his numbers. 23-28, 195 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. You couldn't have asked for a better performance from Geno Smith, bro. You couldn't have asked for a better performance. Like, dude, he completed almost every pass. Like, it was like he ran the offense beautifully ran the offense, taking the open guy. Like he wasn't overcomplicating everything. That's what I loved about Geno Smith in this game. He didn't try to complicate it, or he didn't try to play Superman either. He wasn't gonna be like, oh, I gotta throw a 60-yard bomb in double coverage and see if I can try to win this game. And he wasn't playing Superman. That's what I loved about this, dude. He's just reading the open man. He's just reading the defense and taking what they're giving him. That's how you win. That's how you play quarterback. Like a lot of quarterbacks struggle with that because sometimes they try to play hero ball too much. Geno Smith really showed that he can play with the big boys, dude. And people need to believe it. People need to start believing it because he can play with the big boys, bro. I will say that when it got later in the game, the O-line couldn't protect him very long. Like the O-line was holding up for the first couple of quarters, but third, fourth quarter, O-line could not hold up for him, man. I mean, eventually that Broncos pass rush was getting through. Bradley Chubb had a couple great sacks. They started getting pressure on him, and it started collapsing. But I mean, it didn't even matter though. It really didn't even matter because obviously because Denver melted down. But even aside from that, it really didn't matter because Geno Smith played so well, and he wasn't gonna make any mistakes. There's no interceptions. There's no fumbles. He's like, I'm gonna protect this ball, and then I'm only gonna throw it when it's open. I'm not gonna try to make some crazy, insane throw and have a big risk. Like he was managing risk so well in this game, and that's what you need to do to win games in the NFL is manage risk, manage your risk, and he did that beautifully. Here's one more thing I want to say about Geno Smith. I have to point this out because in the post game interview after they won, I was so happy for him, man. It was such a wholesome moment to watch this. I might even play it in this episode just to show you guys if you haven't seen it. It was so wholesome, man. I'm so happy for the guy. This is a guy I want to root for, man. I love good people. I love good people like this, man. And you can just tell he has good intentions. He's a good guy, and he really deserved this win, bro. And he in the post game interview, he's shouting out his teammates. He's like, man, this is a full team win. Like everybody on this team won the game today. It wasn't just me. Like all my guys balled out today. Like we deserve this win. And he was so emotional and happy about it, man. I felt so good about it. But here's a quote. The last thing he said. So the reporter asked him a last question and said, "For the folks who wrote you off, what do you say to them?" That's what he was asked. And then what was his response? He said, "They wrote me off, but I didn't write back though. They wrote me off, I didn't write back though, so it's all good." It's like, dude, yes, bro. That's what I want to fucking hear from my quarterback, bro. That's what I want to hear, man. I loved it. Love that, dude. He's like, nah, bro. I don't care about these haters, man. Y'all can write me off all you want. Y'all can hate on me all you want. Say how I'm trash. I don't give a fuck, man. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna ball out, and I'm gonna show you, and I'm gonna shut your ass up. And I love that, bro. That's what Geno Smith did in this game, man. Balled the fuck out, and nobody can take that away from him, man. And he was just being very emotional and very happy, and he deserved this win, man. And this is a guy I want to root for. This is a guy I want to root for, dude. And I think we all should, man. I think we all should rally around this guy because this is he's a classic underdog, classic overlooked guy. Everybody hates on him. Everybody discredits everything he does and goes, "Oh no, he can't play. Oh, he can't do it. Nah, oh, he can't do that." No, yes he can, bruh. Geno Smith can play in this league. He can play with the big boys. I want to see him do good, man. And I'm gonna root for this guy, bro. But hey, that's all the games I got for this podcast. That was my last one. There's a lot of games that were blowouts and also for me being a Cardinals fan. For me being such a big Cardinals fan, I didn't even talk about the Cardinals game today. And you notice that, yeah, I didn't put it in my notes because it was embarrassing, dude. That Cardinals game, I will say it's flat out embarrassing. The Cardinals melted down worse than every other team this week. Nobody melted down worse than the Cardinals this week. They were terrible, dude. And the Chiefs blew them out of the water, man. That was so embarrassing. I am disgusted by the Arizona Cardinals, dude. Absolutely disgusted. But yeah, so hey, anyways, that was all. That was to me those teams I talked about today were the most exciting and most intriguing games that I watched this weekend. Absolutely love the first week of football. I'm so glad football's back, man. Like, we're getting such good content, such good entertainment. Like, the games, I mean, there's some blowouts, but a lot of these games are interesting. They're competitive. I love seeing the competition, man. Like, I know NFL fans out there are probably loving week one right now, man. There's a lot of good stuff to take away from it, dude. But yeah, that's it, man. That's all I had to talk about today. If you liked the video and you enjoyed the podcast, please subscribe. I'm trying to grow the channel here, trying to grow it out. So, hey, this is episode 9. We're going to keep it going. So please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video, hey, and go in the comments, dude. Hey, if you comment something, I'm going to reply to you. So, please go down there, comment anything you want to do. If you're gonna hate on me and be toxic, go ahead. You're only helping me out, dude. You're only helping me out by engaging in the content. So go ahead, I guess. If you want to comment anything that you think that I missed, like something that I didn't talk about, and you wanted to hear about it, please let me know so I could maybe bring it up later this week. Because I'm gonna do another podcast. I'll bring it up later this week or something, or just any suggestions for the show, or anything that you think that I could do better, or whatever, because I just want to make the best content possible. I want to be able to make the most interesting podcast I can, and really, really cover the great things about this league, the great things about football. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like the video, subscribe, comment down below everything, and I'll see you guys on the next episode of Footballin'.